Okay, welcome to my channel. All right, so I noticed that my channel is not getting a lot of views, and it's kind of discouraging, to be honest, right? But I'm gonna keep doing it, I guess, every week. Hopefully, it will resonate to some people. And if you are watching, uh, why not just subscribe, like, and share, right? So this week, I want to talk about I want to respond to a video by Mitt Romney. Okay. And this is not a simple topic. This is regarding regarding the conflict between Palestinians and Israelis. So let's listen, and I'm going to give my response.
What's happened here? Postings on TikTok and the number of mentions of Palestinians relative to other social media sites is overwhelmingly so among TikTok, which is some wonder why there was such overwhelming support for us to shut down potentially TikTok or other entities of that nature. I mean, typically, the Israelis are good at PR. What's happened here? And so we really have a TikTok problem.
At the expense of more than 170 million American users, the Israeli lobby led by AIPAC pushed the US to ban TikTok for not being pro-Israel enough. Do you think it's time to end the Israeli lobby's influence over our government?
Postings on TikTok and the number of mentions of Palestinians relative to other social media sites is overwhelmingly so among TikTok, which is some wonder why there was such overwhelming support for us to shut down potentially TikTok or other entities of that nature. I mean, typically, the Israelis are good at PR. What's happened here? And so we really have a TikTok problem.
At the expense of more than 170 million American users, the Israeli lobby led by AIPAC pushed the US to ban
Okay, a couple of things, right? So this one tells you the real reason why TikTok. Some people they wanted to ban TikTok. It's not because the safety of American is in danger, right? It's not a national security. It's actually to protect, uh, basically to protect, you know, that Middle Eastern country, right? And you wonder why, right? You wonder why United States, especially these people in power, go out of their way. They bent out of shape to please a different country. So it is important to ask yourself, right? And what is the say of Americans? Because 170 million people are dependent on using this platform, and a lot of almost 8 million people are business based. And because so it is TikTok is a grassroots uh, platform, right? It is very dangerous because uh, people can talk about some topics, and they can also really do a lot of damage, because it has a nature of revolution. So people can just organize themselves and really take an action on a specific issue. Okay, so in this particular clip, this is for those people who do not know, is this is Mitt Romney. He's a former, candidate of, of United States. He's a former candidate for United States, presidency. And a couple of things. So the other point, so the main point is they wanted to ban TikTok because a lot of people on TikTok are Palestinians, are Americans, right? Which is normal, right? So these people are human beings. They are standing up for oppression. They are standing up for occupation. They are standing up for human decency. This is a reflection of humanity. These people, they want the betterment of humanity. That's the reason why they're expressing themselves. This is an occupier country, right? They have all the needs, all the means, And they are genocide right there, right in front of us. Okay, an open field, and we are supposed to, say nothing about that. We are supposed to just, take the Kool-Aid and pretend that nothing is happening. No, that's not the human being that we want to aspire to be. All right. So the point that he's making is, even Donald Trump in one of his videos, he said, "Oh, Israelis, needs to do a good PR." What are you talking about, PR? He's also saying the same thing. He's saying Israelis are fail in terms of PR. This is oppression versus, versus truth. This is genocide versus survival. Okay, this is occupation versus freedom. When you are talking about freedom, when you're talking about the truth doesn't need a PR. These people are so out of touch. They think that in order to oppress people, you need to have a campaign of PR. You have to hire some consultant. What an extraordinary way of putting things, right? So the oppressor is trying to come up with all the apparatus in justifying their oppression. Amazing, unbelievable. Think of Hitler doing that. Think of, one can make the same argument that Hitler didn't have a good PR. You see, if only Hitler had a good apparatus, okay, a good PR, good consulting firm, we wouldn't be talking about the Holocaust. We wouldn't be talking about the extermination of millions of people. Because we are talking about today about the extermination of millions of people because Hitler failed to do the PR. And that's the same argument. We are supposed to take that argument. It is unbelievable the way these people are, trying to justify oppression. Instead of standing up for the truth, they are basically standing up, trying to encourage the oppressor by saying, "Oh, they didn't have a good PR." This is sickening. All right? It's not that they don't have a PR. They do have PR, even though unfortunately they do have a PR, right? But in this case, people are decent enough to say no. People are decent enough to say no. We cannot stand for genocide. All right? These people are humans. They want the betterment of humanity. I hope that should be a goal for everyone. You don't want to live in a world where some people, because of their their ancestry, because of their color or because of their religion, they have all the means to dominate, to oppress a completely different other people. We don't want to live in that kind of a world. We want to live in a world where there is a reciprocity, there is a respect, there is a recognition. Okay, there is a overlap of exchange of ideas, exchange of culture. I think that should be our goal. And it's unfortunate that these people, so-called Americans, they go out of their way and support a repressive regime that's killing people on up. I'm not going to take that bullshit. All right, we know what's going on, and I think America should stand up and say no. these American 170 million Americans are decent enough. They stand for the truth, I suppose. And his solution, these firms, when you're paid to to attend a meeting, and then you will start saying, "Oh, we have to find a solution." It's like somebody, I think I gave the example, right? Imagine if any repressive regime trying to have a PR is saying, "Oh, we need a good PR. We know that he's killing his people, but we need a good PR so that we have to portray the positive side of people." Right? This is a demonic perspective. This is not a human's perspective. This is not how you approach these kind of problems, right? Not by buying, not by trying to engineer manufacturing consent. It is sickening. So these are my few thoughts. I could go on and on, but there is no point at this time. I'm just completely shocked that these so-called American leaders, they are completely subservient to a state in the Middle East, and it's just mind-boggling, because I think a lot of Americans should ask the same question: why is that? Is this a religious subservience? Subservience, right? What is it? This is not normal. Okay, this is not a friendship. This is not friendship based on a reciprocity. This is not a friendship where you can tell your friend, this is not good. You can criticize your friend. You can tell them the truth. There is something that's going on between these two countries, especially the West, right? The West and the state of Israel, that we are not aware of, because there is something under the belly. Because this is beyond shocking. A country the size of the United States is completely subservient to a small country in the Middle East. So you have to ask yourself, why? Why is that? It's not just came out of nowhere. It has to have a history. Okay. All right. If you have a different perspective, you can make sure you like the video, you share it, or for you comment it. You can comment, and maybe in your response, I'll be able to understand some of the questions that I have asked.